What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 10 of the Rise to Glory here with Gibraltar Apex, and we're back again in Football Manager 2016, and today we are taking on the currently second placed team, I guess you could say, in the division. It feels like it changes every other week, and actually, I've now checked it, it's changed since yesterday, which gives you an idea of how competitive the league has been. Today we take on Britannia 11, actually a team I'm surprised to see so high up in the division. If we look at the past times we met them, we beat them 6-1, and we also beat them 3-0. So for them to be as high in their table as they are is a little bit surprising, but we're going to be taking them on today. Since the last episode, which if you missed it, definitely go check it out. It was a pretty epic doubleheader. I've played 6 matches, and we've had some pretty good results. In fact, I can't count. It's been 7. The first of which was against Gibraltar United, the team bottom of the league. We won 3-1. Good little comeback, this one. We went 1-0 up. Luke Lloyd pulled it back for them. And then in the last 15 minutes, we pulled back ahead, and we ended up winning that one 3-1. Next 2 games, 2-0s, one of which was in the Rock Cup. As you can see, the first one here, 2-0 win against Manchester 62 FC. Griffo and Legia with the goals for us. That was pretty nice. And then in the Rock Cup, we beat Glasses United, perhaps a little bit disappointingly, only 2-0. Legia and Anthony Hernandez, as you can see there, getting the goals for us. The next game, a really memorable one. This one, we're going to watch the highlights. It was a 7-goal thriller as we beat St. Joseph's FC 4-3. And this was a game where, with I think about 20 minutes left, we were 3-1 down. And it was the game, I think, that in my mind made me think, yes, this team is going to win the league. Like, we are going to do it now. I mean, we have established a nice little gap at the top, but the character that we showed in this game, kind of the nature of this win, it was very memorable. And you don't necessarily get that many kind of comebacks like this in Football Manager. But in this game, the players, they showed grit and determination to fight back. In a game that, to be honest, we were unlucky to be down in. You can see here the actual end game stats. We had 6 clear-cut chances to St. Joseph's 2. We had 22 shots to their 6. They actually edged possession. But regardless, as you guys will see shortly, the nature of this win really was emphatic. So at half-time, we actually went in 2-1 down. And I was a little bit disappointed by that. Kind of bollocked the players as you do, gave them a good shouting. And, well, it didn't work. We went 3-1 down, as you guys will see here, in the 52nd minute. And from this, I did kind of the standard attacking change you guys have seen me do in some live comms. I pushed my 2 wide midfielders up into kind of attacking mid positions, made them attacking wingers. And it's fair to say it worked wonders, and we ended up grabbing 3 goals to come from 3-1 down to win 4-3. Ben Connolly grabbing 1, the other 2 goal scorers were Anthony Hernandez, and then the last goal scorer was Guerrero, our centre-back, from a corner. Anyway, this was the first goal that really kind of sparked the revival, the goal that kind of gave our team hope and confidence coming into it. Connolly whipping it in, Hernandez at the back post. You'll notice Connolly continued his run into the box, and lovely little 1-2 with Hernandez. He scored 1, made it 3-2, he grabbed the ball, he ran to the halfway line, he wanted blood, and that goal really kind of rallied the troops, I guess. And as you'll see here, Griffo down the left-hand side, whipped in the ball for Hernandez, nice finish by him. Hernandez certainly had an impact on this game. And then the last goal we scored was by Guerrero, and as I mentioned, it came from a corner. The ball not initially cleared, and Guerrero able to nod it in, and it finished 4-3. And what a win that was. Was absolutely delighted with the kind of nature of that win. And worth noting that Ben Connolly, the player who actually scored the first goal in the 73rd minute, came on off the bench, part of a double change that certainly worked wonders for us and saw us end up winning that game. So that was great. Unfortunately, however, off the back of it, that kind of win with kind of fantastic circumstances, came a defeat that is probably the worst defeat we've had this season, perhaps the most disappointing result, as we lost 3-1 to Lynx FC away from home. Anthony Hernandez only grabbing us a late consolation there. We did, however, bounce back 2 really good results to end off this run of fixtures, the first of which was against Gibraltar Lions. As you can see here, Rule grabbing the opener for us. This guy's been really good for us this year. 10 goals in 15 games, a 7.3 average rating. And partnered here by Legia and Monte Griffo, or Griffo as we've been calling him affectionately. Also again on the score sheet, you can see Legia here, he's had a good season, 9 goals in 12 for him, fantastic return. And Griffo, a player who last year, was really a standout performer, and I said a few episodes ago, perhaps not quite lived up to the same billing this year. I think it's fair to say that I'm wrong on that front. His average rating just 0.01 behind what it was last year. Obviously more games played this year in the league just because there's more teams in the division and we play each other 3 times. But you can see so far, 6 goals, 7 assists. That is nothing to be scoffed at by the left midfielder. Anyway, one more result to tell you guys about. Fantastic one, this one. A 4-1 win against College Europa, a team who we've live-commed the previous 2 matches against. You'll see an attendance of 1,400 for this game. That was a really good attendance. I think that might be the club record now. And yeah, a really good performance. Legia getting a goal, and also Griffo getting a goal, and actually Legia got 2. This game actually marked the sacking of College Europa's manager. They've currently got this guy in as caretaker manager Thomas Kassler. But yeah, their manager got sacked off the back of that result. So all in all, a pretty good run of fixtures. 6 league games, 5 wins, 1 defeat. The league table looks very, very good for us at the moment. We have a game in hand on Red Imps, who are currently in second. Today we take on Britannia 11, who are actually joint on points with Red Imps, and Manchester 62, who are in second and third, having played an extra game. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen a league as competitive as this in Football Manager. Now granted, it's not the biggest league, but I mean, if you look from second place to Europa points, who of course were second just a few episodes ago in 7th, the points difference is 3 points. That is a ridiculously tight league. To have 6 teams separated by that many points is kind of mad. To have from second place in the league to 9th place Gibraltar Lions separated by 7 points, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a league that close. I'm going to be honest, we've established a nice little gap, and we can actually extend that gap today with a win against Britannia 11. But yeah, I mean, this league is a little bit bonkers, and I mean, even just looking at the form, you look through it with the exception of ourselves and perhaps Gibraltar Lions, who have had a pretty good run of form. No team stands out as having performed amazingly. A lot of draws between these teams, you know, a lot of losses. Teams are struggling. In fact, looking at it, I mean, from 6th place to 2nd place, there's only 2 teams that have won 2 games in their last 5, which is mad. But yeah, that's kind of the nature of the beast, I guess, in this division. We are looking very good now for the title. A win here against Britannia will extend that gap at the top quite significantly to 15 points. With 7 games left, it would mean that we just need to get 7 points from our remaining 7 games, so 2 wins and a draw to win the league. And I hope that we can do 1 over, I guess, on Britannia 11 today. We've beaten them 3-0 and 6-1 so far. As I said, a little bit surprised they're as high as they are in the division, but I guess that's just because, well, they performed well with the exception of the games against us. In the Rock Cup, we have been drawn against Gibraltar Phoenix in the quarter-final. Gibraltar Phoenix, of course, a team in the Segunda division. They were competing with us last year. They're currently 3rd. Probably not going to live-com that game. I'm hoping that's going to be a fairly kind of conventional win. Nothing too crazy about that one. And we will then, hopefully, having won that game, reach the semi-final of the Rock Cup. But anyway, let's start our team selection for today's game. I think I'm going to go with just a standard 4-4-2. I mean, our team's pretty much at full strength. There's no real injuries to tell you guys about, which is always pleasing. Gilbert actually had a suspension which he served, so Santos came in for a game. But looking at this team, yeah, nothing crazy about it, nothing out of the ordinary. We're just going to submit this team and get on with business. We are technically away from home for this game. Apparently, we are going to click for this game. Britannia 11's home form of late has been impressive, but we have better quality. They're missing a few players as well, and we are actually favourites at 4-5. So we'll see how we get on here. They're playing a 4-3-3, which is actually a formation I've seen a lot of teams in this division use. I don't know if that's due to lack of talent in the wide areas and just an abundance of kind of central strikers. That would be kind of one theory, I guess, perhaps behind it. But yeah, a little bit bizarre that. I'm hoping we can capitalise on that though. Going to be taking on Britannia 11 here. And as I mentioned, we've beaten them 6-1 and 3-0. I want 7 or 9. You know, I want a progressive improvement here. But it's not going to be easy. They are a very good team, and we are going to have to stay switched on in this game, as they will have a set piece early on. And, well, Tomiano getting them off to the ideal start. Britannia 11 scoring after just 3 minutes. Disappointing marking from that set piece. I don't know if it was Bruzon who we should blame. His name's popping up. That usually means it was his man who he should have been marking. And Camacho with the ball into the box, and who was it? It was Bruzon. Bruzon just not getting right side of his man. The ball comes across his body. He doesn't even get a chance to put in a tackle because it's hit hard first time. Keeper debatably should have come out for it, but disappointing defending all round, I guess, for that goal. But we'll see if we can bounce back here. We do have a chance. Hernandez, Connolly. This would be amazing if we could bounce back straight on the kickoff. Hernandez, options out wide. Reyes is there. This could be a pointless highlight, or it could be an immediate fight back. Legia, it's an immediate fight back. Of course it is. 1-1, Legia with the goal. Superb team goal, according to the commentator. That orange on grey is really hard to read. I apologise. Well, if I'd known it was going to be like that, I would have changed it when I made the team. But regardless, good result. I guess, to bounce back like that. Nice passing move, as the commentator mentioned, but I don't think they touched the ball, Britannia, kind of from kickoff. We stringed a decent sequence of passes together. And I think it's fair to say at the moment, we're doing okay. I mean, looking at the stats, obviously, there's been 9 minutes go. We definitely don't look behind, but we are going to be behind. 2-1. This is turning into a bit of a mad game in the first 10 minutes. There's been 3 shots on goal, and they've all gone in terms of the shots on target. Look at possession, 50-50. Disappointing there. Whitehouse running down the right. Bruce on again. I don't know if his name is highlighted by chance. Maybe it's because I've got him selected, but he should probably do better than there. De Rosario with the finish. Keeper debatably could have come out for it again, but I mean, we've seen at this level, goalkeepers, you can't really expect them to come out. They don't have much confidence, so I'm not going to hold it against him too much, but that was disappointing. But anyway, we have a chance to bounce back immediately a second time. 17th minute, Connolly, he scores, the youngster. A real kind of talent in our team. Connolly, he's probably our best striker in terms of attribute-wise, and he's only 16 or 17. He's got some potential to grow into. I definitely think he could become a big man at this club, and definitely a big man, I guess, for the Gibraltar national team. That was a nice finish there on his left peg, and he is going to make it 2-2 here, and, well, it's still a bonkers game. There are goals flying in, and, well, we're going to have another highlight here just a minute after the previous goal. Sargent with the ball down the middle. Leguia looked offside there. The flag has not been raised, though, and we are going to build again from the back. Glenn Gilbert, can he whip in the ball? Griffo, back out wide. Gilbert, back post. Hernandez. It's 3-2. Hernandez following up. He's got a decent amount of goals this year. Hernandez, of course, joined us from Manchester 62 FC. And that was... When did that happen? I think that happened at the start of this year. Of course it did. He's looked like a very good player for us. We're playing him out on the right, and he's naturally a centre-attacking mid and centre mid. That is where he played last season, where he struggled for Manchester 63. We've brought him into our side. We've really nurtured him into this right midfielder position, and we're definitely getting the returns from him for that, as we will have a chance here. Set piece, Hernandez. We've bigged you up, son. Can you make something magical happen? He passes out wide to Roberts. Roberts whips in the ball. Connolly, saved. That is a bizarre goal. The keeper has parried it into the back of his own defender, and it's gone in. That is a specialist Football Manager lower league goal right there. Roberts, who whipped in the initial corner with a second bite of the cherry. Keeper parries it. Defender running towards his own goal. Cannot sort out his legs in time. Connolly runs off as if he scored. Son, you've got the assist there. I'm not giving you the goal. The game hasn't given you the goal. But regardless, 4-2 up. We are looking good here. And now we have another chance. Roberts was vital in that last goal, and now Hernandez out wide. Probably should have done better there. Sueta with the save. Worth noting, Sueta, our goalkeeper, on loan at Britannia at the moment. I swear I put a contract in his, a clause in his kind of loan deal that he couldn't play against us. Maybe they squeezed that out without me noticing. It's not really costing us here though. He's conceded 5 in the first half. Maybe that's why we've scored so many against them. Maybe kind of Sueta is kind of an undercover agent for our club. Either way, though, we're looking very good this game after a bit of a nervy start, having conceded, well, first and then pegged them back and then conceded again. We've fought back in this first half, and we're going to go in quite comfortably ahead at the break. There might even be another chance to make it 6-2 before half-time. Sargent, Leguia, Hernandez, Connolly. It is going to be 6-2, and I don't know what it is about Britannia 11, but we score against them for fun. I don't know if it's the system they play. I don't know if it's their goalkeeper and the fact he's our own player. But we score goals when we play them. I joked at the start of this game I wanted 7 or 9. Well, we've got 6 in the first half. That is not too shabby at all. We've been very clinical in this game. Only 4 clear-cut chances falling our way. But we've managed to snag ourselves 6. And despite perhaps a questionable opening defensive display, we've kind of, I guess, marched through that. We've got through that phase of the game, and we've ended up banging in 6. And, well, to be honest, if you're going to score 6... there's not many times where you're not going to get all 3 points scoring that many, is there? Despite how bad your defence might be. But anyway, we are on the attack again here, straight from kickoff. It's probably going to be a pointless highlight, but I'm going to commentate it anyway like it might be a chance. Although Hernandez just given away a stupid free kick there as the ball came in. And we've not had a goal in the first 5 minutes of the second half. It's all gone downhill this game, although I say that, 7 minutes in, there might be a chance. Griffo out wide to Gilbert, options in the middle, whips it in. Connolly is there. I think that's his hat-trick. It is his hat-trick. His 12th goal of the season for Ben Connolly. That is 7-2. Can we get 9? That is the question on everyone's mind right now. We've got plenty of time to do it. Griffo out wide. Glenn Gilbert whips in the ball. Really nice cross there. And then Connolly, he's not going to miss from half a yard out, is he? Gets his hat-trick. Couldn't have had a simpler finish to round off that hat-trick. And that is pretty darn pleasing. If we don't get 9 now, I'm going to feel a little bit disappointed. 20 minutes left. We're going to make some changes, I think. Is there any players really struggling here? I might just take off some tired legs, to be honest. Anthony Hernandez, he's having a good game. I don't really want to take him off on a 9.4. Bruzon's struggling a little bit, so we'll take him off. I might move... In fact, let me undo that. Reyes, I'm going to take you off. I know you're having a good game, but... I'd rather just not even risk you in this match. And then we're going to bring on a new centre mid. And we're going to bring on Munoz, I think. And I think that's the changes we're going to go with for now. Right. We need 2 more goals to get to 9. That's why I've moved the wingers up in a more attacking position. I want these last 2 goals. Please, boys. If we could have them, that would be fantastic. I'm also going to just tell our players to play more direct and play a higher line. We want to push for these goals. We have 9 minutes to do it. And there is going to be a highlight here, potentially. Guerrero, nice little header. Roberts in the middle. To Munoz. Passes it out wide to Glenn Gilbert. Whips it in Leguia. We need 1 more for 9. We need 1 more for 9. It's 8-2 here against Britannia 11. Bit of a bizarre result, this one. We've only had 14 shots on target. But Secret Agent Sueta has had a wonder game in goal for us. Or rather for them, but for us. You know what I meant. Questionable defending again by the centre-backs. Gilbert is having fun out at left-back, whipping in balls for us. And we need 1 more goal if we can get it. 2 minutes left. We will have a chance. Leguia to Gilbert. He's already got a few assists. Whips it in. It hits the crossbar. And Hernandez is going to be there for the rebound. It is 9. I said I wanted 9. We've got 9. What a bizarre game this has turned out to be. One of the most mad kind of results I've seen in Football Manager. We might see some more results like this in a few years' time when we turn professional in Gibraltar and all the other clubs are kind of playing catch-up whilst we hopefully progress in Europe. But that's still a pretty bizarre result to see. 9-2 this game is going to finish. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. That is very funny. The fact that I jokingly said I wanted 9 and we actually got 9. I mean, we've ruined Britannia 11's goal difference right there. I mean, you look at the teams around them who they're really close on points with. They're not going to, I don't think, overturn that goal difference that they have with Lincoln Red Imps. And that result really puts us in a commanding position to win the title this year, which is a crazy thing to say, but with performances like that, you really can't argue with it. That is one of the best performances we've had all season. Connolly, been an essential player for us behind that. I mean, he's been a very good player, this striker. 17 years old. We brought him in on a free. He's got 11 goals in 19 games, averaged a 7.3 average rating. Of course, joined us from Lincoln Red Imps, who this year have actually recovered a little bit, to be fair. They're in 2nd place now. College Europa, the other big boys of last season, are still struggling. But looking at how tight the league is, I mean, the top 2 spots in this league behind us, 2nd and 3rd, which could potentially be European spots, are really up for grabs because of how close it is with 7 games left. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out, and I'm kind of glad I'm not stuck in that mess because that would be a horrible kind of position to be in. In terms of when we'll be back for the next episode, Rock Cup semi-final may well be the next game. With the league, we should have it wrapped up by next episode, I'd hope, depending on how many games are played. Hopefully I'll see you guys for the Rock Cup semi-final. If we get an easy draw, perhaps against a Division 2 side, I might even come back just for the final and the end of season stuff. I guess you guys will have to stick around to find out. If you've enjoyed this episode, episode 10, it'd be amazing if we could hit 500 likes on this video first night it's up. If you're enjoying this series, let me know down in the comments. If you've got any feedback, again, leave it down below. And other than that, guys, that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.